I'm Colin Chisholm. I'm a freelance reporter based in Halifax, and I play by the game code.
And welcome back. We're going to take a quick break from our discussion of the PlayStation 4 announcement and take a look at the Starcraft 2 Heart of the Swarm multiplayer to get you pumped up for the upcoming FiberOp Gaming League Spring Cup.
I now see my true enemy. I am the Swarm. Armies will be shattered. Worlds will burn.
One of the most beloved Blizzard games is kicked up a notch in the latest expansion, Starcraft 2 Heart of the Swarm. Now, while Heart of the Swarm is predominantly a single-player expansion with the focus on the Zerg universe, there's actually plenty of new content for fans of the multiplayer game. With the announcement that the next FiberOp Gaming League Spring Cup, along with other notable tournaments, will be making the leap to Heart of the Swarm, we wanted to give you the goods on the best updates to the multiplayer experience. First up is the total redesign of Battle.net, StarCraft's online portal. Navigation has been streamlined to allow for easier access to the menu system, and this helps bring your attention to some of the gameplay changes in the online sphere. Right away you'll notice the vast amount of actual ways to play an online match. Blizzard has made it a little easier to dip your toes into the often intimidating ladder system, with non-competitive play, along with modes which feature slower gameplay and less units to help you get up to speed. Of course, the core ladder elements are still there, and with improvements to stat tracking and the replay system, it's even more rewarding to progress your way through the rankings. Now, speaking of replays, one of the big improvements to Heart of the Swarm is the ability to get together in a group and review a game. This is great news for clans and teams that want to improve their strategies, and this new ability has been kicked into high gear with the option to take command. This allows you to assume direct control over a game that's already been played, putting those theory crafting ideas to the test to see if a different strategy would have proved more successful. Further, the ability to customize the heads-up display in a replay will only further improve the options available to tournament organizers and online content creators, as they are able to customize their displays to show fans exactly the information that they would be interested in during a game. And of course, with every expansion comes new units. All races have received several new units to help address some of their vulnerabilities in the multiplayer, along with many key upgrades to their existing unit base. Protoss will be happy to see that they have a new area of effect style anti-air ship in the Tempest, along with the new Mothership core to help early game survivability and add late game depth. Terran will see a new Hellion form in the Hellbat, a much more rugged, slower unit able to do wide area of effect damage, and the Widow Mine, a movable mine that is effective against both air and ground. Finally, Zerg has been shown some love with the Viper, a flying spellcasting support unit, and the Swarm Host, a burrowed assault unit that produces locust waves to swarm the enemy. Now, of course, Gamecode fans, this has only been a quick look at the new multiplayer features of StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm, and we haven't even touched on the awesome story. We'll be back in a next episode to bring you a review of the single-player campaign, so stay tuned.
Kerrigan, you betrayed us all. No.
We're not wasting any time getting right back into our roundtable discussion of Sony's PlayStation 4 announcement. All right, let's talk about the games. Now, Sony had a slide during the presentation that had probably 60 or 70 different logos for game developers, but they actually only announced a very small handful of games, which I imagine are going to be included within the launch window, obviously going to contribute to the early success of the console. But out of all the games that they featured, Colin, what are two that you are looking forward to most?
When I was there, the two games that stood out to me the most, one of them was The Witness, which is this independent title by the guy, I forget his name now.
It's Jonathan Blow.
Jonathan Blow, there you go.
He loves him.
who made Braid, which
Yeah.
was incredible. Mm-hmm. And this looks like, this brings me back to the days of Myst, with sort of this cerebral environment, and you need to use puzzles, but there's also a weird little story happening, and to me, I just love that type of game. And another one that sort of changed the whole atmosphere and made people actually like, oh wow, fun, was Media Molecules Project, which obviously it was sort of up in the air, but what the game actually will be in the end. They were sculpting with the remote things, and it was sort of bizarre how they were just using these controllers to make things move around, and it was sort of nebulous what the actual game would become in the end. But I have to say, the whole atmosphere of the room changed as soon as we went to that, and people were like, wow, yes, this could be exciting, and we could see some actual creation happen. And you can't really deny the level of excitement that brought to the room at the time. So those two probably stood out the most for me.
Mike, what about you?
You know what? Game-wise, I was not impressed with what was going on. I have to say that, the one thing that did sort of strike me, and I was totally surprised by it, was Drive Club. The social integration of that perfectly showcases like what Sony ought to achieve in this. And I've never really wanted to go play a driving game, but this one, the way he was talking about it, the detail in the stitches, like, yeah, man, all of a sudden I care about cars now. I was a fan of Watch Dogs when they first announced it. This trailer didn't really do anything more to hype me up about it. Kind of on the fence about it. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go with 3 because it's not really a game, but whatever Quantic Dreams is doing, Futurama fry all of my money at them. I don't. They can honestly sell me that old man just moving his head around for $20 and I'd buy it.
Yeah. What did you think of the Sucker Punch presentation with sort of the ominous beginning, like we're all being surveilled 24 hours a day? I think that kind of brought the whole...
I think everyone was worried that, like, did someone let this guy in? Like, is this really part of the show? Like, I feel like something might be going on. There might be a terrorist attack on Sony. Like, protect our freedoms.
They played favorites, though. They said he had the best game introduction of everyone there.
Yeah, they did mention that. Yeah, I just thought that was a little
Big Brother's watching.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And just to go back to your point about Media Molecule, I hope it actually pans out to something, but right now it looks like a lot of people doing this.
Well, I mean, that can be fun. We look at Wii Sports.
I guess, but at least Wii Sports, I knew why I was doing this. Like,
right.
I've played Rock Band before, and I've gone like this, and I would lose. I don't know how I'm going to make a rock ensemble with 4 of my friends doing this, but I hope it pans out.
That was the only thing that's actually made me want to go out and get a PS Move that I've seen. I'll just say that.
That's your Vita trick, yeah?
That's you with the Vita, exactly.
I can't believe I'm the only person who's going to say knack.
Nah.
No?
I thought they were saying Mac the whole time, and I was like, is that going to
When
be
like
bad?
half the Twitter buzz around your conversation is, what the hell is that game called? You really, you missed the ball.
I know exactly what it was called. Now, the abridged version, I don't know if you've seen the abridged version of the PlayStation announcement, which is kind of like a hilarious 30 seconds of what exactly happened. I think they describe it as like a big golden Toblerone character. But I really liked the animation. They showed I guarantee you they didn't show more than 4 seconds of actual gameplay. Mm-hmm. But the actual animation just looks amazing. The story, the concept of it, I don't know. I think it looks great. It's cute. I don't know.
There's certainly a lot of potential with that game.
Yeah.
The whole concept of this character growing and like literally, it's almost like Katamari meets sort of like maybe a more family-friendly adventure game. Mm-hmm. So there's certainly potential there. It just seemed strange placing that right at the beginning. Like, this is your first big game. Mm-hmm. You should probably do something that's going to throw off some people with how amazing the graphics are. I mean, amazing animation, graphics, not the most impressive, but it's all sort of just...
I'm also going to go, regrettably, with Jonathan Blow's new game, The Witness. I mean, you got to hand it, the guy's an asshole, but you got to hand it to him. Like, he makes good games. Braid was a good game. This looks fantastic. I'm really interested to see how the whole real-world puzzle aspect works into this. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited for that.
Square and Capcom can take note that no one is going to say any of their games.
Right. What games were they? Were they games?
Working title.
I'm going to stop you right there. We have to take a break. More about the PlayStation 4 announcement coming up after this. As it stands right now on a scale of 1 to 10, Colin, how likely are you to buy it?